Hey everybody, it's Lon.TV, and it's time for your weekly wrap-up, and I want to begin first by thanking our latest Patreon supporters, and I'm going to probably mess up at least two of these names, Salman Al-Shahari, MJ Ortiz, and Mir Haran, and if I pronounce your name wrong, email me. I want to get it right for next week, and I'll redo it then, but I want to thank you for your contributions this week to the channel. They make a big difference, and I really appreciate it. All these folks, along with the folks we announced last week, will appear on our end credits beginning on December 1st. So every month I update that list of active Patreons at the end of every video, and you'll be seeing these three new names along with the 5 we added last week too, and I want to thank all of you for your continued support of the channel. So this week we took a look at the Knicks Playseed. It is a photo frame, which not a lot of you were excited about, but I was, and the reason is that this is a device for your less than tech-savvy members of the family where you can set this thing up, go to grandma's house for the holidays and hook this thing up, and you can access it remotely wherever you are in the world, not only to put photos on it, but to actually manage how it works. So it's completely, kind of hands-off for the recipient, yet you can have control of it. And I thought it was a really well-implemented photo frame, which I'm excited about at least, and we'll see how this video does at the holiday season here as we're getting into that shopping season here in the United States. We also took a look at the new Apple TV, which I was very impressed with, actually, more so than I thought I was going to be. Apple's really caught up now with the rest of their competition as far as these set-top video players are concerned. They've done a nice job with this, and it's actually a good pick for people that are really kind of embedded with the Apple ecosystem with iPhones and iPads and everything. A very good companion for your television if you are heavily invested in iTunes and other things related to it. We also took a look at a new phone from Verizon and Motorola. This is called the Droid 2 Turbo, or the Droid Turbo 2. And what this is a phone made by Motorola, and overseas this is called the Moto X Force. It's got a Snapdragon 810, so a very nicely performing phone. And it has a shatterproof screen, which is legitimately shatterproof. We tried to shatter it doing the kinds of drops that most people usually drop their phones on, like concrete or pebbles or whatever, and it actually held up very, very well. The screen is not indestructible though, so do check out the video linked above. I have the full master playlist up there so you can see exactly how it performs when you drop it, because it actually does better than most phones I have tried, but again, not indestructible. We also had an interview with Chris Sutphin from Alienware, and we talked about the new Steam machine they just came out with, and really nicely designed hardware. We talk about what went into that hardware design, the fact that they were able to take pretty much a gaming PC and shrink it down to something smaller than most of the game consoles are that are out right now, and it actually is a lot better performing than those consoles are. So you can hear about what went into that, his thoughts on SteamOS moving forward, and a lot of other stuff too. A really nice interview that was about 30 minutes or so, and really a lot of fun to do. And I love getting behind the products. In other words, kind of talking to people that are part of the decision-making process at these companies about what goes into them. And we'll be doing another one of these coming up this week too, which I'll talk about in a second. So that was a lot of fun. And I did my year-end wrap-up of what I felt were the best set-top video players of 2015, because this is the one product category I think I've covered most of the major devices in the field. So I felt very comfortable coming up with 4 that I felt were the best ones out there for different uses and different budgets and everything else. So I kind of hopefully covered the scope of what the consumer marketplace might be looking for. There are perhaps better choices for people that are more technically inclined, but this one was really aimed at the general consumer audience, and I think these 4 are really where it's at. So you can check out that video too and let me know what you think of that. So I want to give you an update on the giveaway. I haven't scheduled the date yet, so if you've been waiting by your email for that update, it hasn't happened yet because I haven't set the date. I've got a bunch of people I got to invite. I got to get calendars to align. I need a producer actually to arrange all this stuff for me, but I hope to get the date for this figured out this week. And what we're going to do is a living room game session with that Steam machine. So Alienware has been going to be sponsoring a couple of these things across a number of different channels that you might be following already. So you're going to see a few of these popping up here or there. And we're going to be doing a giveaway as part of this. And actually I have 2 Valve Complete packs to give away. And what this is, if you have a Steam account, is you can get every single Valve game ever made, including the games that haven't been made yet. So any Valve game that gets made from now into perpetuity, you will get for free right into your Steam library upon release. So that is what we're going to be giving away, 2 copies of that. And once I have all the logistics worked out, I'll get the sign-up form set up, and we can get you ready to go for that little live stream giveaway thing. What we're going to do is play a game in the living room, or maybe a couple of games, and I would love to get some suggestions from you as to some really fun living room party kind of games we can try out here, because I really want this to be entertaining, not just for us, but for the people watching us kind of blunder around in these games. And one of the ones I was thinking about, it's not on Steam OS, but I could probably stream it from my gaming rig over here, is a game called the Artemis Star Ship Simulator. So you get a bunch of people in a room and you basically run a ship, and everyone has a different function to do, like security and engineering and whatever, navigation. And then there's a captain, which will be me, of course, because it's in my house. And I think it'll be kind of a fun game to play here. So we're going to probably do that one. And then I'd love to get some ideas for similar games like that. There's one, I think it's called like If Nobody Talks, Nobody Explodes or something. So something like that, where you can have a little bit more interaction with each other in addition to what's going on screen. So give me your suggestions as to what I should be looking for. I definitely would love to see stuff that's on Steam OS, but I could always stream it over from Windows if need be. So be on the lookout for that. So this week, in addition to getting that date set, we have a few things that I already shot, actually. I had a very productive weekend. We're going to be looking at the new, this is called the Droid Max 2, and this is also a Motorola Verizon partnership, but this one is called the Moto X Play in other countries, and this is a kind of a lower end phone, but it has a really good battery on it, so it lasts a very long time. So we'll be looking at that phone, seeing how that might compare to some of the other Motorola phones we have looked at now. I'm also going to do a video talking about in-home game streaming and explaining it a little bit better, because I keep getting people writing me in with questions on that Steam Link review that I did. It's now like the top search result for people looking for that product. So I really want to kind of give a little bit of a longer description about how in-home game streaming works in a more of a simpler explanatory manner that I've been doing on some of these other 101 videos. So hopefully that one will clear up some confusion that people might have about this, because whenever I get like more than 2 or 3 people asking similar questions, I know I missed something. So in this video, we're going to talk about exactly what in-home game streaming is and isn't, and what you need to be thinking about in order to do it. So that will be on tap for this week also. And then later in the week, this one I'm excited about, the folks from Kangaroo and I have been talking, and we're going to have an interview with somebody from Kangaroo about their new $99 Windows PC. I'm just curious how they got this thing to be so inexpensive without losing money. So that's one of the questions we'll ask. But we'll also look into what their plans are for this product moving forward. And I would love to get some questions from you all to ask them also. So do leave them down there in the comments, and I will ask them that. If you want to help the channel, you can. You can go to Lon.TV/Patreon and make a monthly contribution to the channel like our 3 friends at the outset did. Or you can make a fan funding contribution at Lon.TV through YouTube, and that is a one-time contribution. So Patreon is like a monthly thing. Fan funding is whenever you want to do it, one shot. And those funds really do help the channel, because what I do is put them into a fund that I use to buy the inexpensive items that I review and then resell. So the Kangaroo PC is a great example of that. So anything that you see that I have that's really expensive and flashy, that's not something I take out of that fund. This fund is specifically for a lot of the inexpensive items that I know a lot of you are interested in. So please let me know what I should be reviewing. Even if you don't contribute to the Patreon or fan funding, I'm always on the lookout for stuff like this. So let me know. But the fan funding budget really helps, because the more we can build that fund, the more we can get to try out here on the channel. Now, if you want to connect with the channel, you can sign up for my email list at Lon.TV/email. That's where I'll be announcing the date of the live stream first. I'll probably give you another announcement here on the wrap-up next Monday. We also have the Facebook page at Lon.TV/Facebook, which is growing very nicely, actually. We're almost up to 1,000 likes on that page, so check that out. And we've got the forums at Lon.TV/forums, where you can interact with me and other viewers of the show also. So that's going to do it for this week's weekly wrap-up. I want to thank you all for watching, because that is what makes this channel work. So thanks for that. Thank you for your continued feedback. Please do keep those comments coming in the comment section below, and I will see you all very soon with more cool stuff. This is Lon Seidman. Thanks for watching. This channel is brought to you by the generosity of my Patreon supporters. If you find the channel helpful, you too can contribute for as little as $1 a month. Visit Lon.TV/Patreon to learn more.